Need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
He's want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown?
First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio.
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Want a hot dog?
How about a nice hot dog and a beer?
Hi, how are you? Can I get a hot dog? Your Majesty, would you like a hot dog?
Made out with a hot dog.
We just got the munchies, so we decided we'd go to hot dog heaven.
Put the hot dog, step away from the mustard.
Yesterday, all I had to eat was a hot dog.
Just a hot dog?
A hot dog and mustard.
Okay, fine, give me the hot dog.
It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Did you want a hot dog?
Was he eating a hot dog?
We haven't hit the hot dog vendor in a couple of weeks.
A little relish on your hot dog!
You snooze, you lose your hot dog.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. It's National Hot Dog Day. Feeling like roasting some weenies tonight. When I get home, hopefully it won't be raining. Fire up that grill. Get it going. Why not? A little bit later, we have a Yelp list of the most unusual, hardcore hot dog toppings. So we're going to go through that. We've got some, what do we have? Oh, we got an animal attack story and a turtle that started a blaze. You've heard of dogs starting fires, even cats. Turtles? It happened. We got a Florida man story. And there's this show that I watched last night on Netflix. And I think in all the years that I've worked in radio, the documentary about this story, the story itself is probably my top 2 or 3 favorite stories of all time that I've ever talked about. And there's a documentary about it. So we're going to get to that here in a second. We also have a pair of tickets to give away to see Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Marshall Tucker Band next weekend out at the Rose Music Center. So we will have a current events quiz coming up with that. But first, I got to get to my buddy Ron. I was looking forward to chatting with you, Ron, because I had a feeling, and I asked you before the show, and you confirmed that you watched the All-Star game last night, the big Major League Baseball All-Star game.
Yes, I did. I do every year.
Yeah. I used to, not so much anymore. Last night I was doing something else and I wasn't able to watch, but I wasn't really aware of this new rule that if the All-Star game ends in a tie, it becomes a bit of a kind of like, like in soccer, they got the shootout. Like in they
have in the NHL as well.
Yeah. The teams end up tied, and they pick 5 players from each team, and they try to score a penalty kick in soccer. In hockey, it's like it's a goal with the puck.
Yeah, they have three guys do it in hockey.
Oh, and 3. Okay. So they tried this last night at the All-Star game. It was a swing off.
Yeah, so they pick off 3 guys from each league, from each team, right?
Right.
And they get 3 swings. That's it. You can stand there and look at 10 pitches all you want, but you get 3. If you swing, you better hit a home run. And so you get 3 swings. And as it turned out, they didn't go through all the players. They went through 4 of them, but they count as leagues. They don't count as individual players, but they count it as a league. So last night it was, Kyle Schwarber went up there and hit 3 home runs. And the next guy who came out, I think it was Junior Caminero from Tampa Bay. He hit 1 homer. And by virtue of that, it was like, okay, game over. So
he would have had to hit 3 home runs to keep it alive. Is that?
He would have to hit 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead, right?
Yeah.
Because the next guy up was the last guy, and he was a National Leaguer.
Okay.
So the National League had the lead there, had a couple of home run lead there. Caminero hit 1, but then when he didn't hit another one to tie it, game over.
So what did you think of it? How did you like the format? Because
At first, I was like, you know what? Because I forgot about it too. It was tied. Actually, my guy from the Cleveland Guardians, Stephen Kwan, tied the game in the 9th with 2 outs and 2 strikes, which I thought was awesome.
Right.
And I immediately thought extra innings, right?
Yeah,
immediately picked, and then the announcers there said, no, we got this home run. And I forgot about that's how they're doing it now. So this is the first time for everybody that this happened. Turned out to be a big hit. When I first thought about it, I was like, oh man, it's kind of goofy. But if you're just doing it for an all-star game, it works. I mean, it really does work. It's an exhibition game. Nobody wants to sit there for 15 innings and try to, and they couldn't anyway because they blew through all their pitchers anyhow. So,
well, this is certainly better than them calling the game like they did years ago. Remember Bud Selig? There was an all-star game. I forget what year it was, but it ended in a tie.
Yeah.
They were out of pitchers. And everybody was just like, we're ready to go home.
Yeah, that was in 2002.
Okay.
And, ironically, it was in Milwaukee where Bud Selig had owned the Brewers for many years. So it was a real black eye.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I think it worked.
So the other thing that they used last night, which I guess they used in spring training this year, and they're thinking about using it in the regular season, maybe next year. At least that's what I read, is the robo umpire. And basically what that is if you're a batter or a pitcher, right?
Yeah.
And you throw a strike or you throw a pitch and the umpire gives you one call and you don't agree, you can challenge that. And they bring out the robo umpire, which is just basically, it's just the square, the rectangle around home plate that everybody sees on TV.
Yeah.
And they check it and they double check what the umpire called.
Yeah, they show it up on the scoreboard and they show it on TV, and it's basically the automated deal, that you see on TV. It tracks the baseball through the zone and all that. And they gave each team 2 challenges. Now, if you keep challenging and you keep getting it right, you get to keep your challenges.
Right.
And so it happened several times during the game. I think they should get like 1 challenge, whether you're right or wrong, you just get 1, because it was stopping the game. And a game like a regular season game would have been over by like 10 o'clock.
Well,
probably.
You told me, you said it was like 10:30. You were right. I'm done. I'll watch the rest of it tomorrow.
Yeah. 7th inning. It was 10:30 at 7.
Oh my gosh.
In the 7th inning, I was like, I'm done. I got to go, and so you add into the fact that the commercial lengths were longer because it was a marquee event. And then all of a sudden, you could play that thing until midnight and still not get to extra innings. So,
well, how long were those stoppages when they did that? Because it just seems to me like it's the box is on the screen already. Everybody at home knows whether it was a good call or not.
I thought it was kind of interesting on the telecast from Fox. That box was really subdued. Like it wasn't like a big, hard border on it like you would normally see on the other broadcasts. It was really kind of a shady kind of thing. So it was kind of hard to see. But the umpire has to come back from home plate, turn on his mic, say, okay, that's being challenged, and then you wait. And it's supposed to be like 30 seconds. Sometimes it was more.
Like 3 minutes.
Then they show it, and then everybody laughs and moves on and stuff. And it happened 7 times last night. So I was like,
wow.
I think, and if you keep 2 challenges, but that's all you get, I say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want to keep doing this all night long because it does slow the game down.
The one thing I thought about, and this is just, I guess, me being empathetic, and my late grandfather, was a semi-professional umpire.
Mm-hmm.
I felt bad for the ump because I just felt like, he's doing his best out there. He's trying to call, a good game. The umpires, I think, generally try to do a really good job.
Right.
And they're getting called out on pitches, and then they're getting challenged, and then they're being overturned. And to me, it's one thing to miss a bang bang play at first base or something,
Mm-hmm.
It seems I'm not so sure how that looks when you're missing balls and strikes.
Yeah, I thought about that every time I got challenged.
Yeah.
It was like, man, you're
geez.
challenging the guy that's like 2 feet away from you, who was,
right.
like right there. His face is right there at home plate. and he's the
And
one
how
calling
far
it.
how
So,
far off were the calls? The ones that they reversed?
Oh.
Are we talking that like you could slide a hair in between the ball and the strike zone, or the out of
Yeah,
or was it egregious?
it was mostly balls. They were challenged as balls, and they ended up being strikes. And you could see like a couple of them were just the seam of the baseball was touching the
Oh,
zone.
come on.
And
that's crazy.
Which constitutes a strike.
Yes,
And
technically.
That's what it was coming down to last night. And
man.
so, sometimes, hey, if you're playing and it's close enough and it's it would have been strike 3,
Yeah.
I'll challenge it. Hey, it could keep you in the game there.
I guess if you're going to do that, then why even have them call balls and strikes? Just have them stand back there in case there's a play at the plate.
Well,
or the ball's going foul or fair or whatever.
That's coming.
Probably.
I'm pretty confident that not next year, but maybe in another 2 years, that we will have completely all automated balls and strikes. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see what happens. Well, thank you for that review, Ron. I appreciate it.
Okey doke.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Oh my gosh, Dennis, really? Kelly, I have something to tell you that I think you will find amusing, and Liam will find amusing. So today, there was a reporter at Channel 7 who was doing a story about a trash fire with, I think either Waste Management or Rumpke, one of the two, I can't remember. And the problem is the fire was caused by one of those ion batteries. Well, they were doing an interview close to my desk, and I heard them talking about this. So after the interview was over, I went over to the reporter, and I handed him the Bigfoot card that Liam dropped off for me. Maybe was last year or the year before. I can't remember which. I think might have been last year. Right. That's right. It was at Clancy's, and it's the one that plays the happy birthday with the Sasquatch singing. It still works. And I have it on my desk here at work. And I went up to him. I said, "Hey, you were just talking about those greeting cards," because he was surprised at that. The woman said, "Oh, sometimes the greeting card ion batteries can be the one that, starts a fire because it gets overheated or whatever." So I handed him the card. I said, "Hey, if you want, you can use this for your story." He goes, "Oh my gosh, that's great." So I just saw the story on Channel 7. I'm sure it's going to run again at 11, but it might be on WHIO.com at this point, or maybe soon. And he holds up the Bigfoot greeting card. So I thought Liam would get a kick out of that his Sasquatch greeting card, birthday card for me, to me, made it to Channel 7. I thought that was funny. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Well, it's summer. He ain't got any school tomorrow. But it might show up on WHIO.com here shortly. I don't see it up here yet. I'm looking on the website, but it just aired. They might actually air it again. I don't know if they'd air it again in the 6:00 news. They might. Sometimes they'll repeat stories from 5:30 or from the 5:00, and they'll do it again at 6:00. But it might be on during the 6:00. I just saw him hold it up. So I don't know if he opened it and let it play, but I know he had it. I saw it in his hands. I was literally getting ready to start talking, and I didn't see the way it turned out, but that's better.
Scam. We'll have the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We've been talking about this all week, that this week is the 60th anniversary of Marion's Pizza, and they have the big deal today where you can get a large pizza for 60% off. And I've mentioned this the last few nights, but I just saw a comment on the live stream that Dennis has been at the Inglewood Marion's since 3:20. And he's still waiting on his pizza. That takes some patience for sure. 100%. No word on how much longer he'll be there. But I was out today around lunchtime, and I drove by the one in Centerville, and there were people lined up outside. I went by the one in Kettering. I didn't see people lined up out the door, but they might have been on the other side of the building because I was going down Far Hills. But I did see the parking lot was full. But if he's been there for 2 hours waiting for his pizza, I'm sure the line is out the door. Somebody else mentioned that I'm not sure where he's at, but he says the Marion's near me is inundated. So, yeah. if you haven't gotten in line now for your pizza at Marion's, you may not get it tonight. Next Friday, I'm going to be broadcasting live. This is exciting. I'll be at the My USA Credit Union at 3115 South Dixie in Dayton. That is sort of near Moraine, near Kettering, just west of the Blueberry Cafe. Everybody knows where that is because they were, we were talking about them on the show a couple of weeks ago, but everybody knows where that is. I'll be there from 11 to 1, and I've been told today that they're going to be grilling hot dogs, which is very exciting. Now, today is National Hot Dog Day. So we'll have hot dogs for you next Friday, 11 to 1, at My USA Credit Union. But because today is National Hot Dog Day, we have this.
A sonnet, love for a grilled hot dog. Upon the grill it sizzles golden brown, a humble tube of meat, my heart's desire, with char marks etched like jewelry of renown. It turns and cooks above the dancing fire. The bun awaits, soft pillows for my feast. While mustard, ketchup stand in patient rows, this simple fare transforms me from the least to king of Somerset's most euphoric shows. I lift it high, this staff of pure delight. The juices flow like nectar from the gods. Each bite a symphony of taste and sight against all culinary snobs. Though others chase fine dining sept's fleeting art, this grilled hot dog shall never leave my heart.
Happy National Hot Dog Day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, wow, Dennis. Man, that's brutal. 3 hours.
Happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in.
Because you need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. I just saw this story. We're going to have to watch this. There was just a 7.3 magnitude earthquake about 240 miles off the coast of Alaska. And they've issued tsunami warnings. He said just after 12:30 p.m. local time. I don't know what the time difference is with here in Alaska. Can you look, Dalton? Can you see what time it is right now in Alaska? 7.3. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. You got a time? You figured it out?
Yes, so Alaska local time right now is currently 1:39 p.m.
So it was like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I just saw the story on USA Today and WHIO.com. but man, 7.3, that's a big one. That's a big one. 937-457-1290. We've got, let me talk to Garrett in Inglewood real quick. Let me find my mouse here. Is this mouse working? Yeah, here we go. What's going on, Garrett?
Hey, Todd.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Just on my way home from work here, and wanted to tell you that I stopped in at your marathon down there on Linden Avenue and saw your friends there last night.
Really? You did stop by and see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you get a
nice
sticker?
little- Yeah, I asked about them, and she dug under her cash drawer and gave me 5 of them.
5 of them? Oh, well, wait a second. I'm going to have a talk with her.
I was like, now where am I going to put all these?
Yeah, that's my favorite place to go to get my drinks. When I stop by the marathon there on Linden, they're great people. I've talked about the place. That's the location where somebody, and I've talked to them about this. Somebody goes through almost every day, and they get, I want to say, like a big can of maybe Keystone Light, right? One of those big 40s, and they buy one, and then as they go around the corner, as they exit the drive-through, they go around the corner, they throw their empty into their yard. So every day they're emptying their 40 of Keystone and getting another one and just throwing out their empties. And oh boy, that pisses me off.
That's not nice.
I would put up a camera and I'd find out who was doing that. I'd say, I don't want your business anymore. But they're too kind there. They're too kind. So yeah, if you want to stop by and get one of those cool Edgehead stickers, it's just the sketch of my face. You've probably seen it on my Facebook page. Now, Garrett, where do you think you're going to stick it?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe one on my cooler. Then.
Well, you got 5 of them. You got 5 of them. You know what you might be able to do? Hang on to them for a bit. And when they run out, eBay.
There you go.
Just a thought.
Make a buck off of them.
Just a thought. All right. Thanks, Garrett. I appreciate your call, buddy. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290. I saw this documentary last night, and I'm sure people will remember this. There was a story back in, I want to say 2009, maybe. I'm trying to remember what the description said in the story that I saw, but 2009, there was a story of a guy in, I want to say Kansas City or Kansas, who built a UFO. And it was sort of one of those, I forget it, not foil, but that silver material, that they make helium balloons out of. You know what I'm talking about. I can't. Somebody will remind me on the live stream. But anyway, he made this big UFO, and he got some helium tanks. And he did it for his kids. He loves his kids, and he made this for them in their backyard. And they fill it up with the helium. And supposedly, Mom was supposed to tie down the UFO so it didn't fly away. He just wanted to make sure that it would lift off the ground because it was this foil material. It looked like a UFO. It actually looked more like a one of those Jiffy Pop popcorn things after the popcorn blows up. But she didn't tie it down. And as soon as they lift it, Mylar, thank you. It's Mylar. It lifted up and it launched. Now, all this is on video, right? Somebody's recording on a video camera as this is happening. And then one of the kids says, Dad, where's Falcon? Where's Falcon? Falcon was the name of their youngest. Well, the other son says, he's inside the UFO. So this UFO takes flight and flies across the sky. 55 miles this thing flies. And Dad panics. He calls the FAA, and they say, well, you got to call 911. You've got an emergency. So Dad calls 911. Fire trucks show up, police show up, and they're trying to track this UFO with this kid inside. And it travels 55 miles, and finally it starts to run out of helium, and it gently lands in a cornfield. And they were able to track it. They were eventually able to track it. And, the media, just attacks this thing, and the police are out there, and they're looking for this kid because, and by the way, CNN has cut into broadcast. Fox has cut in all the networks. Breaking news. There's a kid in a UFO flying across the sky. Oh my God. When will he land? Where will he land? Will he live? That whole thing. Well, this thing lands in a cornfield, and they go out and they tear it open. Guess what? No kid. And then it becomes a question as to whether or not this was done intentionally. Because it turns out, according to this Falcon, who's now probably 19, 20, something like that. And they interview him for this documentary, which is on Netflix. He says he climbed up into the attic when they were about to release this and decided to take a nap, and he dozes off. Nobody knows where he's at. He doesn't hear anybody yelling for him. And then he wakes up a little while later after, the FBI has been brought in, the FAA is brought in, the military scrambled fighter jets, news helicopters are flying around. It's all kinds of chaos. Breaking news everywhere. And I remember talking about this where I was working at the time. And it turns out that the kid was just sleeping. But then there was the whole controversy as to whether or not this was done intentionally, because the family had been previously featured on the reality show Wife Swap. So they'd already had a little taste of the celebrity spotlight. And if you watch this documentary, it's called Trainwreck Balloon Boy, because that's what the kid became known as, Balloon Boy. Even though he was never in a balloon. He should have been called Attic Boy. But dad is a little off. Even now, he's a little off. But it really is just sort of an interesting study on how, when something like this happens, some big news story, that all the media just follows. They just follow, and they're trying to get the story. And, for days, these people were on TV interviews after the kid was found. And I mean, the kid was literally found like 3 or 4 hours later. And then finally there were charges pressed. And I know I've pretty much ruined it for you, but here's the story. This happened, right? This isn't a fictional thing. This was in the news, but it is kind of interesting to watch and remember that. And I was trying to think if there was another story similar to that, something so hoaxy and crazy that I could recall in my career of talking about news stories and being in media, and I can't really think of anything that was so ludicrous and nuts. I mean, there have been some crazy, outlandish stories that were, maybe tragic and memorable for negative reasons. But I just can't think of anything like that just captivated the nation and just turned out to be just a big hoax. I can't think of one. At the end of the episode of this documentary on Netflix, Dad says he's got something else planned. He's working on something else. So maybe there'll be some other. He's trying to up his game now, going from the phony Mylar UFO hoax to something else. But we'll see what that happen. What comes of that. But anyway, maybe you remember a story like that. I just don't remember anything that was so hoaxy and so captivating. nationally, it was just all the networks went to it, and people were like, oh, the early days of social media. Oh my gosh, this poor kid, he's gonna die. The thing's gonna fall out of the sky. And then there was a report that somebody had recorded some sort of item or something falling out of the UFO when it was in the air, and people thought that was the kid, like he had fallen out and he would landed somewhere 200 feet in the air. But you check it out. It's worth watching. And this whole new Trainwreck series on Netflix is pretty interesting. That's the same group that did the story we talked about a couple of weeks ago about that cruise ship where the ship stalled in the Gulf of Mexico, and the plumbing stopped working. It was called the Poop Cruise. Yeah, it's the same people. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty good.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
T-O-double-D.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Thank you. Yeah, Mylar. I couldn't think of that for some reason. I at times can't think of words that I need. I'm in the moment and I can't think of the damn word. Why didn't I write it down ahead of time? What on earth? D. What you doing? Just in a commercial break. Was that my stuff? Was that my stuff? It is? Oh, okay. See you later. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. I didn't call her. I got a ring notification that somebody was on my front porch, and it was Mary with the dog. So I just yelled at her, gave her a little scare. I always enjoy doing that. That's right. They're all waiting for pizza. That's funny.
Oh. Oh, I'll have to look. Thank you. Dalton, are you in there? Hey, Dalton, I'm going to talk to you here. I'm going to ask you about that, about the tinfoil thing. What the guy just come?
The McAfee Heating, Air, Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Big drug bust in Champaign County. We'll have the latest at 6 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Now, to get back to this show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We were just talking about this documentary on Netflix, Trainwreck Balloon Boy. It's about this story, probably 2009, I think. I won't go through all of it again, but it was a guy, a dad who made this Mylar UFO, and it took off from his backyard, and they thought their kid was in it. It became a big deal. And there's a documentary about it, and I was trying to remember if there was another story that was so hoaxy, but had just captivated people. And someone called, and they weren't able to hang on the line, which is always disappointing. But I do appreciate the info. Talked to my producer Dalton, and Dalton, what were they talking about? They said that there was a story of people that were dressed in tinfoil.
Mm-hmm.
Along where now?
I think he said US 35, and apparently like people thought they were aliens, and like it made national news.
In Beaver Creek?
In Beaver Creek.
Boy, I don't remember that. I'd love to know how long ago that was. That there national news made in my hometown by people wearing tinfoil costumes.
He said it was him and a couple of buddies that did it, and he's
it was him.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's got to call back.
I know.
He's got to call back. Did he give you his name, his first name at all? Oh man, I want to talk to him. That's a story.
It sounded awesome.
Oh
I
my gosh,
I would love to know more about that story.
Yeah. You know, maybe, I don't know if we get in trouble for this, but maybe I can get all the producers here together. And one Friday, we'll wrap ourselves in tinfoil and go out strolling. I bet that would make the news. Yeah, for sure.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The evening ends with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up,
It's a lot of
Double
foil.
D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Dalton, coming out, I'm going to come right to you and to get details on that. And then after you give it to me, I'll finish my thought, and then I'm going to tease for the current events quiz. And I need caller 5 and just put him on hold. Oh. Oh. Okay. I got it. I'll just go from this. Okay. But so therefore, I will tease the current events quiz coming out, and just get caller 5 and put him on hold. I love it.
On it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Hey, welcome to the show. Who is this guy?
He's a local boy.
His name is Todd. He's a talker.
You know, like on the radio?
I mean, for entertainment.
Yeah, that's one word for it. It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up this hour, we've got a current events quiz. In fact, let's just do it. If you'd like to take the current events quiz, win yourself a pair of tickets to see Bachman Turner Overdrive along with the Marshall Tucker Band. He'll be at the Rose Music Center next weekend. I think it's next Sunday. Or Saturday. I can't remember. It's Saturday. Be the fifth caller right now at 937-457-1290. And you can take the quiz and you will win those tickets. It's very, very easy to play the current events quiz. So we got a call right before the news, and the caller unfortunately could not hold on the line, but they gave Dalton, my crack producer, some information that there was a story that broke around here at one time, national, where it involved people dressed up as, they were wrapped in tinfoil. And the people driving along 35 on that particular night thought that, oh my God, it's aliens.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
Well, this idea was brought up because of this story or this Netflix documentary, The Balloon Boy. This is the hoax from, I think it was 2009, where dad makes a Mylar UFO and it takes off into space. Just, like a couple, 1,000 feet in the air, flying across the sky of Kansas. And they thought their little kid was in there. Turns out he wasn't. But people, say that it was just a big hoax. It was just a big hoax to get publicity. So I was trying to think, is there another hoax story like that has captivated the country? And I couldn't think of one. But then this caller calls in with this story about these tinfoil creatures. Well, Dalton found this on the If You Grew Up in Xenia, Ohio Facebook group. And it says, UFOs in the Daily Press, a hoax, USA 1973. This article was published in the Cincinnati Post, October 17th, 1973. So here's the story. 3 unidentified silver creatures walking along US 30. You know what? I should do this as an old-timey reporter. Let's hang on. Let's do
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
3 unidentified silver creatures walking along US 35 near here gave motorists a scare last night. The creatures turned out to be Beaver Creek pranksters, wrapped head to toe in aluminum foil with makeshift antennas and carrying red flashlights. A police officer spotted the 3 and caught 2 of them. They were brought in, fingerprinted, photographed, and told not to do it again, a police spokesman said.
Further bulletins as the news develops.
Well, that is pretty cool. And apparently, I looked at some of these comments. Somebody said Walter Cronkite had it on the national news. Are you kidding me? Walter Cronkite. To Xenia, Ohio, there were tinfoil creatures spotted along 35. One guy says, I was there. 2 teenagers wrapped up in tinfoil with traffic cones on their heads with a blinking light on top. Wow, that is cool. I would love, and the guy that called and talked to Dalton off the air said he was one of them. He was one of them. Man, oh man. I would love for him to call back. That would be great. I'd love to talk to him. If not, I'm going to keep talking about it until we track somebody down. All right. We got somebody to take the current events quiz. Is it, you're going to have to forgive me. Is this Yagan?
It's Jagan.
Oh, Jagan.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
sir.
I'm sorry, Jagan. No, that's a cool name.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I got some cool parents.
Is that what was that? You named after somebody? Don't tell me they're like a big Jagger fan, are they?
You just nailed it. My mom's a Jagger fan and my dad's a Dylan fan.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, Jagan, you're playing the current events quiz, so let's get it going here.
Oh my God! Listen, everybody!
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
A quiz, hot shot!
Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics. Before we get to the quiz, Jagan, I just want to make a suggestion. Do you have a car?
I do.
Please tell me you call it the Jagan Wagon.
It's the Red Rocket.
All right. Well, if you get another car, strongly consider the Jagan Wagon.
I sure will.
All right. Now, Jagan, you're playing for a pair of tickets to go see Bachman Turner Overdrive and the Marshall Tucker Band. They're going to be at the Rose Music Center Saturday, July 26th. All right?
Sounds like I just got to take care of some business on this trivia quiz.
There you go. I'm going to give you a little bit of right there. I like the fun. It's quality. Now, all of these questions, I will tell you, today is National Hot Dog Day. All right.
Ooh, okay.
So now these, usually the current events quiz, I try to make the stories as current and as topical as possible. And I went back to look on the Google, and I Googled crimes committed with hot dogs. And surprisingly, there weren't a lot, but I found 3, which is perfect for our quiz, but not all of these are current. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want people to think that there's some sort of rash of wiener-related crimes. I don't want to leave their house fearing wieners. All right, so this is how this works, Jagan. I'm sure you've heard the current events quiz, but in case you haven't, I'm going to give you 3 questions and 3 possible answers. The answer is always C. All right. Here we go. Question number 1. A man attending a California nudist resort was arrested for killing 2 people after cops say he killed them after they, A, were gawking and making snide comments about him, B, snagged the last towel from the pool house, or C, bought the man a cheap $1 hot dog and he was offended.
I'm going to go with C there.
That is absolutely correct, and that is absolutely a true story, and that is the most current story. This happened a month ago. Apparently, this guy, he's had issues with this couple that he met at a nudist resort, and they bought him a $1 hot dog, and the guy was mad because he thought, "Are you saying all I'm worth is $1?" And he killed him. Yeah, that's the world we live in, Jagan.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. All right. Here's question number 2. 20-year-old twin brothers from Wisconsin were arrested after a gun was pulled during a fight over A, whose turn it was to do the dishes, B, one brother stealing the other's favorite Packers shirt, or C, who was going to do the grilling of the hot dogs and who was going to keep playing video games.
This is a tough one, but my heart's telling me C.
Your heart is telling you correct. Yeah, they got into a fight because the one brother wanted to keep playing video games, and the other brother wanted him to go grill the hot dogs. So
I have a brother. I can relate.
I get it. All right, here's question number 3 for the big win. A drunk Georgia man was arrested after cops say while riding as a passenger, he allegedly A, mooned a police cruiser passing by, B, was shooting fireworks out the sunroof of the car, or C, slapped the driver in the face with a hot dog while he was driving.
After careful consideration, I'm going to go with C.
Oh, you are one smart cookie. All right, well, congratulations, Jagan. You are the winner. Hot dog. I heard that. He said hot dog. All right, well, hang on the line, Jagan. We'll get your details, and we'll email those tickets to you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And that's how you play the current events quiz. How cool is that? And coming up, speaking of National Hot Dog Day, by popular demand, we had a very, very touching, moving sonnet about hot dogs from none other than Morgan Freeman, which we will be hearing a little bit later. In case you missed it, it was stirring, absolutely stirring. And we have a Florida man, and we're going to run through some very unusual hot dog toppings, and this from Yelp. And some of these sound amazing. Some of these don't sound amazing at all. But you'll be the judge, and we'll get to that here in a minute.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up. T-O.
Double D.
H-O.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
My pickle game hat. Do you mean pickleball? Ah. No, it's not. I don't play pickleball. Nothing against pickleball. Well, I generally have. I'm opposed to anything that requires me to potentially turn my ankle, uh, or blow my knee out. But Ron, when I plan to get pickled, you know what? I might get pickled a little bit later, if you know what I mean. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I wonder where everybody is tonight. I looked and they're both. I mean, Facebook's working and YouTube's working.
A flesh-eating bacteria kills 4 people in Florida. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on the Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Our telephone number is 937-457-1290. I saw this story today. This is a great idea that they're doing in Japan. You know, we have an aging population here. A lot of grandmas have a lot of free time. There's a company in Japan. They're called OK Grandma. And if you would like to hire a grandma out for a couple of hours, you can do so. Maybe you need some advice. Maybe you need some cooking tips. Maybe, I don't know, some yard work. Maybe not. But for $23 an hour, you can hire a grandma to be your grandma. They'll talk nice about you. They will. Let's see what it says. Where to go? You can rent. Oh, here it is. They can attend events for you on your behalf, apologize on your behalf, and even quit your job so you don't have to deal with the awkwardness of the situation. Hire a grandma to quit your job. This is a job idea. This is a business idea. There, all you have to do is pay the $23 plus any transportation fees. And you're responsible for any of the granny's necessary expenses. You know, my mom, she's retired. She could probably use a little extra money. I bet with the right money talking, she would call your business or your job and quit for you. I bet she'd do that. She might even do it for free. I mean, she's really got nothing going on. So, Tom in Beaver Creek. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Todd. You were talking earlier about examples of things that we thought were true that turned out to be a hoax.
Yeah.
I got an example of something the opposite, something that we thought was a hoax that actually turned out to be true.
What's that?
Remember back in 2022 in November, they came out with that Died Suddenly movie, where embalmers around the world are saying they were seeing these unusual white fibrous clots in their corpses, and people pushed that off as a hoax. It actually is true. I'm a retired U.S. Air Force major here in Beaver Creek. For the last 3 years, I've been doing worldwide embalmer blood clot surveys.
Really?
And in my latest survey, 301 embalmers answered that survey. 250 of them, 83%, are seeing these white fibrous clots still.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that before. I have no idea what that is.
And they're seeing them in 25% of their corpses, Todd. I was actually invited last month, June the 8th. I went to the Tennessee Funeral Directors Association's annual convention. Their president, Taylor Moore, invited me there to speak, and I gave an hour presentation on it. And I actually have on video footage, 18 of 28 embalmers in that room raising their hands, saying they are indeed still seeing the clots.
Well, I guess we'll learn more about it if that's the truth.
Yeah, people can go to my assistant, Laura Kasner, Substack. We have a free Substack, Laura, Laura.
Okay.
Kasner, Kasner, heist.substack.com. You read all about it.
All right. Appreciate your call. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And Dalton just told me that he found the actual video clip of Walter Cronkite. The CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite talking about the tinfoil guys in Beaver Creek back in 1973. All right. Well, we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play that coming up after the news. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out. T-O.
Double D.
H. Oh. Double S. Remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I think I don't know. I'm just pontificating here. I think he's an anti-vaxxer and he's trying to make the connection that that is part of the COVID vaccinations. He said since 2022, there have been something in bloodstreams that and I could hear it in his voice. I'm sure he was I almost did, but whatever. I mean, I know. Yeah. Yeah. I can promise him that my listeners don't care what he's saying. But I'm just too nice. I'm not going to just be, you know. Well, then that's your problem.
A sonnet.
Kelly, just make sure that Liam doesn't get any bright ideas. No bright ideas, Liam. You keep your feet on the ground.
With breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me.
Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you. You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So we've been talking about this hoax. First of all, we got talking about the Balloon Boy hoax. Documentary, Netflix, 2009, Dad Makes Mylar, UFO, launches it, tells the police, tells the media that he thinks his kid's inside, floating across the sky of America. Thing finally crashes down. No kid. Turns out the kid was taking a nap in the attic. And then immediately people are like, this was done intentionally. This was a hoax. They pressed charges against the guy. Had to go to jail for like 30 days. Anyway, that's the documentary that's on Netflix, Balloon Boy. And in talking about that, somebody called and said that they were a part of a hoax that made national news. They were guys dressed up in tinfoil along Route 35. They were from Beaver Creek, but it happened in Xenia. And my producer Dalton did a great job. Found the news article, or found a little clip, or just a little post on a Facebook group about it. And somebody in the comments said, "Oh, Walter Cronkite talked about this," and I was like, "What?" Are we sure? I mean, why would he? Well, here it is.
Xenia, Ohio police were flagged down last night by a frantic woman who claimed 3 silver-skinned space creatures were walking the highway. The patrolman caught 2 of the creatures. They were identified as Beaver Creek, Ohio men, costumed in aluminum foil with antennae made from clothes hangers. And that's the way it is. Wednesday, October 17th, 1973. This is Walter Cronkite, CBS News. Good night.
And I'm not saying it's aliens, but clearly it's aliens. Oh, that's the wrong button. Sorry.
I'm not saying it's space aliens, right? But it goes without saying it's space aliens.
Well, that's pretty cool. Walter Cronkite talking about the high schoolers. I'm assuming they were in high school, right? They had to be in high school. Well, they didn't have to be, but somebody called and said that they were one of them. They were one of the tinfoil aliens along Route 35 back in 1973. But he couldn't hold on the line. Please, if you're listening, call back. Or call back tomorrow. Or if you know this guy. I mean, he's got to have friends. And he's told this story 1,000,000 times. Yeah, go ahead, Dalton.
Maybe he's the one that got away. Because they were saying
that's right. There were 3 and 2 were arrested and fingerprinted and told never do that again.
Yeah, maybe he's the one that didn't get caught.
That could be. Yeah, he's trying to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
I don't know what the statute of limitations are for the crime of dressing up as a tinfoil alien is, but I guess it's possible, But man, that would be great. I'd love to chat with him. That sounds like a fun prank for sure. Yeah, it just sounds like a fun prank. We got some food news.
Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Who's got the food?
Well, what's your favorite food?
Don't play with your food.
This is a lot of food.
Isn't it glorious?
How you get so big that you own a this kind? It is so scrumptious.
It's National Hot Dog Day.
A sonnet, love for a grilled hot dog. Upon the grill it sizzles golden brown, a humble tube of meat, my heart's desire, with char marks etched like jewelry of renown. It turns and cooks above the dancing fire. The bun awaits, soft pillows for my feast, while mustard ketchup stand in patient rows. This simple fare transforms me from the least to king of Somerset's most euphoric shows. I lift it high, this staff of pure delight. The juices flow like nectar from the gods. Each bite, a symphony of taste and sight against all culinary snobs. Though others chase fine dining sept's fleeting art, this grilled hot dog shall never leave my heart.
The eloquent words of Morgan Freeman in that hot dog sonnet. I came up with this list. This is from Yelp. It's the most outrageous hot dogs in America. Now, this is from a year or so ago, but I'm sure these places are still selling these. If you get a chance, you might swing by one of these places when you're out traveling, or you could just do it at your own place. You can make your own hot dogs and put whatever crazy stuff on it you want. This is from a place called Patty Melt let's see. Oh yeah, Patty Melt's in Las Vegas. The Dirt Dog. This super delicious item starts with a jumbo all beef Nathan's Frank wrapped in bacon, stacked high with French fries, smothered in cheddar sauce, and topped with chipotle aioli and crumbled bacon bits. I like that idea. That chipotle aioli, I've had something similar to that. Fantastic. Great on hot dogs. 100%. Let's see. The place is called Bulldoggies in Conroe, Texas. This is the Sundance Dog. At the top of the heap is the Sundance Dog. It's an all-beef Nathan's or Hebrew National Frank, loaded with Black Forest ham, Vermont cheddar, a strip of bacon, then topped with a Sunnyside egg and chipotle mayo. Wow. bacon, cheddar, ham, and an egg. There's a place in Los Angeles called Wurstkooch. They have a hot dog there that's called the Rattlesnake and Rabbit. And it's basically spicy sausage made with rattlesnake and rabbit. That's what the hot dog is. Toppings include caramelized onions and sauerkraut on a freshly baked roll. I'd try that. And then there's La Pareda Company in Sunrise, Florida, the Perro con Huves. See, I don't speak Spanish, so I'm sorry. The Perro con Herveos, a jumbo dog topped with melted mozzarella cheese, bacon, crushed potato chips, 5 small hard-boiled quail eggs, and what they call pink sauce, which is a mixture of mayo, ketchup, lime juice, and hot sauce. I'm not sure about the quail eggs. I mean, I'll eat quail eggs, but I don't know about that on a hot dog. And then this place is in Mentor, Ohio. Scooter's world famous doghouse, the Hawaiian dog. The Hawaiian dog starts with a deep fried beef or beef and pork frank, or all beef. Then it's topped with grilled pineapple, melted mozzarella cheese, chopped tomato, and Miracle Whip. And then there's the Clown Dog Hot Dog Parlor in Albuquerque. The Tattooed Lady. Listen to this one. This sounds crazy. Your choice of frank is topped with chopped bacon, flame roasted jalapeno salsa, and believe it or not, Fruit Loops with grape jelly and mustard. And then there's the Biker Jim's Gourmet Dogs in Denver, the Ostrich Dog. It's just a hot dog made from ostrich. I'm not going to do that. Then let's see. We're running out of time here. Dave's Dogs Grill in Santa Barbara, the pulled pork mac dog. Your choice of Frankfurter sausage is loaded with mac and cheese, barbecue pulled pork, bacon, and barbecue sauce, plus some zesty cilantro. And then this last one in Reno, Nevada, there's a place called Bam Dog Righteous Hot Dogs, and it's called California Dreamin'. This California Dreamin' starts with a premium cut chicken cabalsa sausage on a house-made onion roll topped with hummus, chopped tomato, chopped cucumber, and sesame seeds, then drizzled with a swirl of veggie goddess dressing. That's a lot. That is a lot. But those are some of the more interesting that I found. Speaking of food, so the other night I was talking about the Airline Dairy Cream, this ice cream shop up in Vandalia on North Dixie, right across from the airport. Sunday, my wife and I went there and had some soft serve ice cream, and it was amazing. Just amazing. And I talked about it on the show, just how great it was, and that I had posted some pictures, and people were on the comments talking about it and how much they loved it too. And I had this idea, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, about maybe doing an Evening Edge ice cream social, where I'm not buying your ice cream. You're on your own. But we could just show up somewhere and say, hey, after the show, we're going to go have ice cream. And I'm going to show up there, and we can hang out for a little bit. I'll have some ice cream. You have some ice cream. And we just mix and mingle. It's like an Edgehead meetup, right? Well, guess who called me today? A lovely woman by the name of Sarah, who owns the Airline Dairy Cream. And she is 100% on board. She's excited about the possibility of doing some sort of ice cream social out there. So we're in talks. But my hope is before the summer, we'll be able to have at least one, maybe two ice cream socials. We could do one north of downtown Dayton, like up there in Vandalia. And there's another place that I'm eyeing south. I got a contact for. So that might be kind of cool. An Evening Edge ice cream social. That would be fun.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, punk.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Grandma wet t-shirt contest. Really, Captain Scurvy? What's wrong with you? It would, wouldn't it? With Walter Cronkite. A radio personality from Dayton, Ohio was arrested today after hosting a grandmother's wet t-shirt contest on private property.
From the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios, breathe easy, choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO-FM Pleasant Hill, WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Hot and humid, and a chance of rain continues. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
All right, we got to get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think fictitious. Florida man is always ambitious. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We end things tonight with a Florida man story. 40-year-old Florida man from South Pasadena, Florida, was arrested at a Walmart for stealing a dozen sex toys from a Walmart. A Walmart? Who knew Walmart carried such items? They give the list here. I'm not going to go through all of them. But I've seen that one. Got that one. Got that one. Mary's got that one. That one, it didn't work. We didn't like that one either. But he also bought he bought a Reese's peanut butter ice cream. Well, that's what he stole. So he stole a dozen sex toys and a pint of Reese's peanut butter ice cream. Well, all those toys, you're going to work up an appetite. Assuming that's what the ice cream is for. I really don't have anything else to say about that. Well, there you go. That's the show. Thanks for listening tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, just after 5 o'clock. Don't forget you can get the podcast of the show at eveningedgetodd.com and many other podcast platforms. Have a terrific Wednesday night, and we'll see you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap.
We'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.